Hi. Today, where I am, it's Sunday, and this is Jacci, and we're going to do a little bit of yoga together. So take a moment for yourself to get a few things. So if you have a yoga mat, you can put that out on the floor. If you have a yoga block or a blanket or a thick towel, we're going to start sitting, and I recommend that you sit up on something. So when we come to sit down, we're going to sit cross-legged if you can. And when you sit like this, helpful to have your knees even with your hips, or your hips a little bit above your knees, so that you can sit up comfortably, so we're not rounding the back and sinking. So if you can take a moment to get settled and allow yourself a little bit of time today to do your yoga practice. So maybe for the next 35, 40 minutes, we'll be doing some yoga together, and maybe you just turn off your phones and close the door of the room where you are. Just give yourself that little bit of time. So get settled into a comfortable seat, and you can just begin to move your body a little bit by rocking. So move from your hips and circle around. And go both ways. So go one way and then the other. And then when you come to the center the next time, sit up and take a breath to just notice where you are supported by the floor and whatever you're sitting on. And also notice most of us have a tendency to round the shoulders and have the head go forward. So if you lift your chest, can you feel your shoulders draw back and your head lift up a little bit? And just see if you can sit comfortably with a little bit taller, longer spine. The next time you inhale, shrug your shoulders. And then let out a sigh. And do that one more time. Big inhale. And then a sigh. So just start to let go of any tension in the neck. Turn your head side to side a few times, just noticing. Still trying to lengthen your spine, sitting up tall. And then bring your head to the center and nod your head yes. Tuck your chin, look down, and then lift your chin and look up. And do that a couple times. So just get a little movement in the neck. And then bring your head to the center, and we'll begin to think about our breath. So for our practice today, we're going to be breathing in and out through our nose. We're going to try to slow down the breath so that our inhales are a little deeper and our exhales are a little bit longer. So as you inhale the next time, let your arms float out to the side and reach them up, and look up if you can. Exhale through your nose as you lower your arms down and lower your eyes down. And just beginning to think about coordinating your movement and your breath. We'll do this a few times. So the inhale, we lift up. And the exhale, lower down. Pull the belly in lightly. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Let's do 2 more breaths like that. Again, we're trying to inhale a little bit longer and slower. Reach up on the in-breath. And exhale a little bit slower and longer. One more. Inhale. And then exhale down. And then we're going to do a little seated twisting movement. So the next inhale, just lift your arms halfway up, and then take your left hand over to your right knee, and maybe the other hand touches the floor, or maybe whatever you're sitting on. And then inhale back to the center. Sweep your arms out to the side again. And then exhale, turn gently to the other side. So right hand to the left knee, turn your head, turn your eyes. Inhale, center and lift. Exhale, turn. Turn your neck, turn your head. Inhale, center and lift. Exhale, turn. One more. Inhale, center, lift, and then turn to your right, or whichever side you're going, doesn't matter. And when you get there, hold on your in-breath and lengthen your spine. Lift your chest. And on your exhale, try to turn from your rib cage a little bit more. Hold on the inhale, lift again. And this time on the exhale, turn your head and your eyes a little bit more. And then please inhale back to the center, lifting the arms. And then exhale, turn the other way, and again we'll hold the breath. So inhale, lift. Exhale, turn the navel, turn your ribs. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, turn your head, turn your eyes. Inhale back to the center, stretch your arms out, and on the exhale, lower your arms down, and we're going to go up and down with the arms 3 more times. So please inhale up. And you might lift up, spreading the fingers. Try to stretch a little bit. Exhale down, pull your belly in, soften your eyes. Do that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale down, lower the eyes. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then you can pause, stretch your legs out. You can move your ankles, move your legs a little bit, and we're going to come to hands and knees for the next part. So when you come onto your hands and knees, you may be comfortable just being on your mat. You may find it helpful to pad the knees. I like a blanket, so grab what you need, but make sure you're taking care of your body. And we're going to come to the tabletop position. So in this position, we'll stack the shoulders up over the wrists, the hips up over the knees. And as you inhale, lift your chest and your eyes. As you exhale, pull the belly in so you begin to feel the low back round, and then fold yourself back, letting the elbows touch down, the hips sink back, and the head bow. And then glide back up on your inhale to tabletop and lift your chest. And do that again. Exhale, round back. Inhale, rising up. Hopefully this feels nice for the back. Pull the belly in first. Exhale back. Breathe through your nose. Inhale up to tabletop and lift. So this time we're going to add a leg. So exhale, fold back, pulling the belly in, letting the elbows touch and the head bow. And as you rise on the inhale, pick up your right leg, stretch it back behind you, push the heel back and point the toes down. And then put your knee down and fold back on the exhale. Rise on the inhale, lift your left leg. Heel pushes back, toes point down. Exhale, put your knee down, fold back. Let's do each leg one more time. So right leg on the inhale, pushing back through the heel, the chest, the eyes might lift. Exhale down and fold back. Inhale, rise and lift your left leg. Point the toes down. Lift the chest. Put the knee down and fold back. And then please rise and take your right leg back again. And we're going to hold it up there and circle the ankle a few times in each direction. And then flex the foot. So point the toes down and touch the toes to the floor. Push your heel back so you feel the stretch along the back of that leg. And then while your foot is on the floor, please inhale your left arm forward. Hold on the exhale, pull your belly in, look down. And on your inhale, slow breath, just lift that foot a few inches off the floor. So try to let your hip rise up, but don't pop your hip up. And then exhale, touch your toes back down, pull your belly in. Again, inhale, lift the leg slowly. You might lengthen the left arm a little bit. Exhale, belly in as you touch the toes down. This time we're going to try to hold the breath. So inhale, lift. Hold on the exhale. Hold on the inhale. And then come on down. Put your hand down, your knee down. Fold your hips back. Feel free to move your right wrist a little bit. Inhale up to all fours. And then you can take the left leg back. Keep your arms steady. Circle that ankle a few times in each direction. And then lower the toes of that foot down to the floor and push back so you get a little stretch in the calf and the heel. And while that foot is on the floor, please inhale your right arm forward. And the eyes can look down so your neck is straight. Hold in place on the exhale. Pull the belly in. On your inhale, slowly lift the left foot. Lengthen. On the exhale, touch the toes down, belly in. Maybe your toes touch just like a little feather. And then inhale, lift again. Exhale, belly in, touch the toes like a feather. This inhale, lengthen and lift. Hold here on the exhale. Hold on your inhale, get longer if you can. Exhale down, put your hand down, put your knee down. Fold back, move your left wrist if you need to. Inhale up to all fours. Exhale back one time, everything even. And then please come up to all fours. tuck your toes under both feet, and we're going to push up to downward facing dog. So come up, push down through your hands, spread the fingers wide. Bend your knees slightly so you can lengthen your back. And then pedal out your legs. Just one heel can reach down, and then the other knee can bend, and you can just pedal your legs, sometimes called walking the dog. So see how you feel. Maybe you don't touch the floor with your heels. That would be fine. We're going to go up and down in a moment between this dog position and the tabletop position. So on your next in-breath, please lower both knees down to the floor and look up. Lift your chest. Begin to pull your belly in first and then push yourself back up to dog pose. Going as slowly as you can. We're going to do that 3 more times. So inhale your knees down, let the chest and the eyes lift. Pull the belly in, slowly push up. 2 more. Inhale down to your knees. Exhale, belly in first, push up. 1 more. Inhale down to your knees, lift your eyes. Exhale, push back up, and perhaps you like downward dog and you want to hold it for a few breaths. You could hold it with your knees bent, strong arms, slow breath. If you get tired, you could come down to your knees and rest in child's pose. So in this position, the hips go back and the head comes down. So you might rest your head on your hands or on your blanket or your yoga block, and you can sway. You want to let the head be supported somehow. If you're still in downward dog, go ahead and come on down to child's pose for a moment. See how it feels to breathe in this position. Things are kind of folded up here. So can you still breathe in a slow, smooth rhythm? And then please, on an inhale, push yourself up. We're going to stand on our knees for this part. And we're going to take the arms up. So when we were seated, we took the arms out to the side. This time we're going to take the arms forward. So the next time you inhale, let your arms go forward and up. And again, think about lifting the chest and the eyes. Exhale through your nose, soften the arms down, pull your belly in. Let's do a couple more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Here's a technique to help you slow down your breath. Try counting to 4 seconds on the way up. So you would inhale, 2, 3, 4, and same on the way down. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. You might try that one more time, counting at your own pace. Try to do 4 seconds up. And down, 2, 3, 4. And pause. Notice your shoulders, notice your neck. And then we're going to do a movement where we put these things together in a little sequence. So we're going to start in tabletop. And on the inhale, lift your chest and look up. On the exhale, pull your navel in, fold back to child's pose, elbows touch and the head bows. And then inhale up to all fours, lifting the chest. Tuck your toes under, and on your exhale, push up to dog pose, that little sequence we did before. Inhale your knees to the floor and lift your chest. Exhale back to child's pose. And then inhale, lift up in that position we were in before. Lift your arms up to the sky. And then exhale all the way back down to child's pose. Fold all the way back down. Now we're going to count. So inhale to tabletop, count to 4. 2, 3, 4. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Back to tabletop, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Fold back to child's pose. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale up to the sky with your arms. 2, 3, 4. Exhale back to child's pose. So maybe you try to count slower. Maybe you need to count faster. I'll do a couple more. Inhale, tabletop. Lift your chest. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, tabletop. Count 4 or 5 seconds. Lift your eyes. Belly in as you exhale back to child's pose, counting 4 or 5 seconds. Inhale up to the sky with your arms. Exhale all the way down to child's pose. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, tabletop. Count your breath. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. 2, 3, 4. Inhale to your knees. 2, 3, 4. Lift the eyes. Back to child's pose. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And up to the sky with your arms. Inhale up. All the way down to child's pose. So if you like, you could stay in child's pose. Again, resting your head on your hands or on some support, some stacking up the fists if it's hard for you to get your head down. Or push up to all fours, come to downward dog, hold your dog pose again. So child's pose or downward dog, you choose. Bending in the knees a little bit if you're in downward dog can be really nice for the back. And if you did come to child's pose, if you came to downward dog, go ahead and come down to child's pose for a moment. So these little resting positions, these pauses, are just as important as all the other movements. They help us to notice the body, to notice the breath, and to notice how we're feeling, to start to learn to be aware of how we're doing. So please come up to your hands and knees, and I'm going to turn in another direction so you can see me, but you can just come to all fours. And we're going to take the right leg out to the side and let the toes of that foot face forward. And then please round your back, tuck your chin, and as you're looking in, make sure your left hip is right over your knee. You're not skewed one way or the other. And then inhale, lift your chest again. And then exhale, round your back. And as you round this time, walk your hands in towards your body and come up to stand on your left knee with that right leg out to the side. If you can't stand on your knees, you can do this same position standing on your feet with the feet wide. So inhale, both arms up to shoulder height. And on the exhale, we're going to take this right arm over to the leg. We're going to lean over and let the left elbow bend and tuck that hand behind your back. And on your inhale, come back to the center, lift your arms. Good. Exhale, over to the right again. Pull your belly in, tuck your hand behind, look up. Count to 4 this time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And then to the side. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. This time we're going to inhale back up, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to stay over there. Exhale, over. Pull your belly in. And while you stay on the inhale, take the hand from behind your back up to the sky, 2, 3, 4, and then look up, and then exhale, bring your hand down behind your back, tuck it behind, and look over at your right foot. Pull your belly in. Do that again. Inhale your arm up, 2, 3, 4, and down. Exhale, look down, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale up, 2, 3, 4. And down. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And then come up with your chest. Notice what you feel. And then with a sort of a playful attitude, we're going to take that left hand and put it on the floor. So what we're going to try to do is to line up these 3 points that are going to be touching, that foot, that knee, and this hand. So have the hand a little bit wider than your shoulder, not straight up and down, out a little bit. And this lower hip is going to like to kind of fold in. See if you can open up there. You can take your upper hand and tuck it behind your back. And then see how it feels to try to keep the chest open and take that upper hand up to the sky. Now you could hold here, counting your breath. Perhaps on the next inhale, you take 4 seconds to just lift that right foot up off of the floor. And then exhale 4 seconds to touch it down, belly in. And again, watch this hip likes to fold in. Do that again. Inhale, lift if you like it. You don't have to lift the foot. Exhale down, belly in. And then maybe hold one breath or don't. You can see. Inhale, open, lift. Hold on the exhale, pull in your belly. On the inhale, open more, wherever you can. And then please exhale down. Come to all fours. Fold your hips back, exhale. Inhale up to tabletop. Exhale back. Maybe you're counting. Inhale up to all fours, and then we'll do that whole sequence to the other side. So again, I'll turn so I'm facing you. And we're going to take the left leg out to the side so that that foot is in line with the knee and your toes are facing forward. So exhale, round your back, tuck your belly in, and make sure your right hip is over your knee. And then inhale, lift your chest and your eyes. And then exhale, rounding the back. And walk your hands in towards your body and come up to stand on your right knee. Little balance here. So now we're going to do the movement on this side. We'll see if we can remember to count our breath. So inhale through your nose, arms float up, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going left. Exhale over, let your right hand go behind your back. This isn't the part where we turn the head, so just keep your head straight. And count 4 as you lift back up, 2, 3, 4. And over to the left again. Exhale, belly in, 2, 3, 4. Back up. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. So one more time like that. Slow trip over to the left. 2, 3, 4. Back up. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this time we're going to hold. So go over some amount you can hold. Exhale over. 2, 3, 4. And the hand behind your back up to the sky. 2, 3, 4. Maybe you look up. Bring it down behind your back. Pull your belly in. Look down. 2, 3, 4. And back up. Inhale here. Exhale down. So if you're comfortable breathing a little slower, maybe count 5 seconds. Do that one more time. Exhaling through the nose, tucking in the belly. And then inhale up, and we'll hold one breath. Hold, exhale. Hold, inhale, and then please bring your hand down and lift your chest back up. Notice how you feel on this side, and then we'll try to put the right hand on the floor. So again, we're going to line up the things that are touching, that foot, this knee, and this hand. And the hand is going to be out at an angle, not directly under your shoulder. And then we're going to try to open up the lower hip, the upper ribs, the upper hip. Maybe you tuck the upper hand behind your back and just notice how you feel. Good, and then see if we can lift the hand up to the sky. Opening, opening, opening. And then you could just stay here and try to breathe. Or you could try to lift that left foot. So as you're ready on an inhale, if you want, you can lift the foot. 2, 3, 4. And then touch it down. 2, 3, 4. Belly in. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Touch it down. 3, 4. And then this time, if you want, you can hold or not. Or hold on the exhale, count to 4. And when you inhale, open more, whatever that is for you. And then exhale down, come to tabletop. Fold your hips back. Maybe you shake your wrists a little bit. Inhale up to tabletop. Fold back on your exhale. Inhale to tabletop, and then please put your elbows down on the floor. And it may feel nice here to massage your wrists. Maybe let your hips sway. This is called puppy pose, so you can wag your tail. And if it's nice for you, your shoulders and your neck are feeling pretty good, you could take your arms out further in front of you and rest your forehead on the floor. Breathe slowly. And then please push yourself back up to your hands and knees. A few breaths in downward dog again. So exhale back to down dog. Or puppy pose if you like to stay on puppy. We'll have lots of dog poses to do. And then please come down to your knees. For the next part, we're going to lie down on our back. So you can move the things out of the way so that you can lie down on your back. And once you get onto your back, you can pull your knees into your chest and give yourself a good hug. Pulling the knees up and letting the hips sway, the knees sway side to side so you can massage your low back. Move in a way that feels nice. So you could sway, or sometimes I make circles with the knees because it feels nice. So we want to find some movement that feels nice. You could circle your ankles while you're doing that as well. Maybe circle the wrists and the ankles together. Go both ways. And then let your feet come down to the floor with your knees bent. We're going to rest the legs for a moment, so you may enjoy walking the feet a little bit wider and letting the knees touch. Just find a position where you can let your legs rest and your back feels comfortable. And then please bring your hands by your sides with the palms facing down. And we're going to lift our arms up like we did standing on our knees. We're going to lift our arms up over the head, and we're going to try to count 4 seconds. So as you're ready, please inhale your arms up over your head, counting to 4, 2, 3, 4, and down. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. So you can maybe go faster or slower, whatever feels appropriate for you. Do a couple more at your own pace. When you exhale down, try to pull your belly in. When you inhale up, feel the chest expand. When you exhale down, pull your belly in. And then this time, when you lift your arms up over your head, keep them up there. So inhale your arms up. And what we're going to try to do is to stretch out the sides of the body a little bit. So once your arms are up over your head, try to stretch your legs out flat. And then please grab your right wrist with your left hand, and you want to kind of give it a tug. So you're opening up the right side. And to help with that opening, move your shoulders and your head to the left a few inches, just a few inches to the left. See how that feels. And then maybe you move your feet a few inches to the left. This isn't big. You want to keep the hip and the shoulder on the floor. And take a breath and notice. If that feels comfortable, you could even take your right ankle and cross it over your left ankle. Even doesn't seem like much, but for some people that's not good. If it hurts your knee or hurts your hip, put your foot back down. Otherwise, take a couple of breaths. Maybe you're counting 4-second inhale, 4-second exhale, and just feel the right side open up. Pull the belly in on your exhale. And then begin to release that side. So if you crossed your ankle, uncross and bring your feet back over. And then bring both arms down and take a moment to see if you feel even on the floor. You can even peek down there. And then take both arms up over your head again on the inhale. And this time we're going to just hold the left wrist with the right hand and begin sort of this little gentle tug. And then you can move your head and your shoulders a few inches to the right. And then your feet also to the right. So we're trying to open up the left side. And if all that is going all right, you could cross your left ankle over your right ankle. Again, be aware if that feels painful for your knee or your hip, don't cross your ankle. And then some slow breaths. So maybe you're counting 4 or 5 seconds on the inhale. 4 or 5-second exhale. Pull your belly in. When we take slow, deep breaths, we build muscles. We increase the musculature of the respiratory system. So there are little muscles in between your rib cage, the intercostal muscles. And just like you want to do bicep curls, you want to breathe deeply to work your intercostal muscles. Also very calming to your central nervous system to take slow breaths to breathe through the nose. So go ahead and on your inhale, release this side. Might have stayed a little longer that time. And then bring your arms down and pull your feet up flat and then bring your knees up into your chest. And we're going to hold on to the legs with the hands, maybe behind the knees this time. And on your in-breath, remember, we're counting on the in-breath, maybe 4 seconds. Push your heels up and straighten your legs. And on the exhale, bend your knees, pull your belly in. And do that again. Inhale, lift your legs up. Exhale, bend your knees. And the next time you lift your legs up, try to widen them a little bit. So let the legs make sort of a V shape. And then bend the knees again. And we'll do that 2 more times. And each time, see if you can go a little wider with your legs. So inhale, a little bit wide. Exhale, bend. Maybe a little bit wider. If you like, you can hold here on the exhale, pull in the belly, or bend your knees is fine. And then inhale, hold, push your heels up or straighten the legs if you bent. Maybe 1 more breath like that. Exhale, hold or bend your knees. Inhale, lengthen or straighten the legs, and then exhale, bend the knees. And then lower your feet down to the floor and walk the feet out to the edges of your mat. And we're going to do the windshield wiper movement here. So pretty wide feet, at least as wide as your mat or wider if you have really long legs. So exhale the knees to one side. See if you can count as you do that. Take the whole 4 seconds to lift your knees back up. 2, 3, 4, and then to the other side. 2, 3, 4. Now what do you feel in the sides of the body? Keep going. And if you like, when you exhale to the side, you can turn your head in the opposite direction. See how that feels for your neck. So the next time you go to the left with your knees, stay to the left. And if that hurts your hip or your knees, you can put a little support under your legs. So you could use a pillow or a blanket under the outside, the left knee, or the inside of the right knee. Sometimes people that like that. And then if you stretch your right arm just straight out to the side, how does that feel? What do you notice across the front of your shoulder and your chest and down the right side? You could take the arm all the way up over your head. Also, you can see what's helpful. It's not better, it's just different. And then maybe, depending on how this feels for you, the left ankle comes to rest on the right thigh. Now, again, like that crossing of the ankle we did before, this is nice for some people and not great for other people. So if it hurts your hip or hurts your back, don't put your foot up there. Another breath. Are you still counting your breath? And then release that foot down and your arm down if you've lifted it. And then bring your knees back up to the center and pause. So even things up again. Widen the feet again. And then please take the knees to the other side. So that'll be to the right. And again, if it's helpful, you can prop that leg up on something. You could also support the left knee. And then left arm out to the side. A breath to notice. To remember to count your breath. And then maybe the left arm goes up over your head. Again, if that's nice for you. And then maybe the right ankle is resting on the left thigh. Maybe not. And then maybe counting the breath. And remember to pull in the belly on the exhale. So if your arm is up over your head, you can go ahead and bring it down. If your foot is up on your leg, lower it down, and then on an inhale, bring your knees back up. And even things up. Scoot your hips and shoulders around so they feel even, and then please bring your knees up to your chest and even lift your head towards your knees if that's helpful for you. And then putting the feet back down on the floor, we're going to do the bridge pose movement. This movement will lift the hips up off of the floor. It's a really nice thing to do following the twisting movements. It's symmetrical and opens up the front of the body. So bring your hands, palms down by your sides, and we'll think about counting our breath just a few more times. So without moving, just a breath on the floor. Inhale 4 seconds. And exhale 4 seconds, engaging the abdomen. And then please, on the next inhale, lift your hips up 4 seconds. Or 5 if that's comfortable for you. And then 4 or 5 seconds to come back down. Keep your head straight. Look up for this movement. Inhale up. Might even feel a little stretch along the back of the neck. Exhale down. Count to 4 or 5. Couple more. So for the next one, you can continue counting, going up and down. If you prefer, you can hold the pose. So if you'd like to hold, inhale up and see how high you want to go. Count to 4 or 5. And hold in place on the exhale. 2, 3, 4. If you're holding on the inhale, can you find any more lift? And can you hold that lift on your exhale? And perhaps another breath like that. Inhale, try to find a little more lift. And then sustain it on the exhale. You're welcome to come down if you need to, or maybe you stay one more inhale. And one more exhale. We want to come down on the exhale, so we'll stay one more in-breath, lift any amount more. And then take 4 or 5 seconds to come down. And once you've come down, you can pull your knees into your chest and rock again. Circle the ankles if you like. Shake your feet if you like. Shake your hands. Lift your chest up towards your knees. All these things can be nice. And then let your feet come down to the floor. Again, a resting position for the legs. So if it's better for you to have your feet a little wide and the knees touching, go ahead and do that. And then just rest your hands on your body. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes or just let your eyes be soft. And now let go of the effort to breathe. So your body knows how to breathe on its own, so just return to your normal breath. And just scan your body gently from your head down to your feet and notice how you feel. Notice where you feel the movement of your breath. And as we begin to settle down, we're transitioning into the relaxation part of our practice. So when we lie on the floor, some people are quite comfortable lying with the legs stretched out. We did that earlier, and you may have noticed, it's not so good for me. So if it's more comfortable for you to have your knees bent, you could just keep your knees bent, or you could put a cushion or a blanket under your knees. You could have your hands stay on your belly, or you could stretch your arms out to the side, palms open. This is a classic position for Shavasana, the relaxation pose. So take a moment, get yourself settled. You could, put a blanket on top of you or some extra clothing if you feel like you're going to get chilly. Just get what you need so you can rest. It's really an important part of the practice to let your body integrate all the information from the breathing and the poses. It's good to rest. So give yourself permission to rest for the next 5 minutes or even 10 minutes. Nothing to do. And I'll say a little prayer as we shift into that relaxation part. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at ease. May we all be safe. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. May we all be at ease. May we all be at peace. So I encourage you to continue to rest for the next 5-10 minutes, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.